My brothers, what I am about to tell you has the potential to change your life forever. It definitely changed mine. Understanding this information can help make you the man that God intended for you to be. Before I embraced who I was as a man, I was trapped in neurotic thought patterns, in my own insecurities, and with a lack of understanding of the purpose of my life. As men, we have been created by God to have very distinct roles. Secular modern society has separated us from these roles. We were made to be leaders. Since the dawn of time, men were created for this role. They have built civilizations. They have performed backbreaking labor to provide for their families and their communities. They have fought and died in conflicts to hold up ideals in which they believed. The greatest of men have had to stand up against the prevailing ideas of their times. They have had to use their own judgment to do what is right. The problem today is that many men find themselves lost, without a purpose. Society has tricked them into believing that traditional masculine virtues are no longer necessary, that they are toxic. Instead of forging their own path and trusting their own judgment, men are subconsciously indoctrinated to always be seeking the approval of others. This message is especially prevalent in our society now, but it has always existed to some extent. There is social pressure to think like the group, to have the same opinions about the same causes as everyone else, to be careful not to have an opinion that will offend or upset others. Of course, it is good to have a standard set of ideals to rest upon. We must have a foundation for underlying moral virtue. But this foundation is to be that which has been laid out by God in His own natural law. The values that men today are pressured to proclaim are secular and often contradict God's plan for His creation. The effects of this social pressure are evident. Everywhere you look, you will find the man who is often called the nice guy. If you are honest with yourself, you may discover that you play this role. The problem with the nice guy is not that he is nice. It is the reasons why he is nice. The nice guy's key motivation to everything he does is to seek validation. If a nice guy is having a conversation with a group of people, he is constantly making sure that the things he says will be met with the approval of others. For example, if the group is having a conversation about how they don't like his favorite restaurant, he will not contradict their opinions or explain why he likes the restaurant. He may even nod in agreement with the negative things they say. If a nice guy does a good deed for another person, he is expecting recognition for it. If he doesn't receive this recognition, he is upset with the other person. For example, a nice guy will buy his wife flowers, but will be upset when she does not react the way he is expecting. He is constantly doing good deeds for his wife's approval. He may do the dishes for her with the expectation of getting sex later. When his wife does not seem interested in sex, he will get angry, thinking she is not showing enough appreciation for the good deed he performed. If he is trying to attract a woman, he makes sure only to say things that will not offend her. For example, if she is talking about how much she loves cats, he will not tell her that he is not a cat person. What's more, if someone does a nice guy wrong, he is unlikely to confront them on it out of fear of upsetting them. If the quality of the food that he orders at a restaurant is not acceptable, he will not say anything about it, but will pay the bill and complain about it to his wife on the car ride home. As a man, this type of behavior is poisonous to your soul. Your words and your actions are dishonest. Instead of being a leader, you become a follower. People will lose respect for you if they can push you around because you will not stand up for yourself. Your wife will lose attraction towards you if any good action that you perform for her is to get her to do something for you. If you find yourself playing the role of the nice guy, the good news is that you can correct the problem. To do this, you must change the way that you see yourself and the world around you. Through deliberate action, you must behave differently. Some would say you must take on the traits of the alpha male. Others use the term sigma male. I would say to focus less on terms and focus more on being the strong, masculine man that God created you to be. A man who is in sync with God is an ideal man. Of course, we will all fall short of the ideal, but that doesn't mean that we should stop striving for the ideal every day. The ideal man is kind, giving, a protector, a provider, and is physically strong. He frequently helps others, but he does not do so to seek validation or material gain. Rather, he does good things because he wants to do them and because he can. He does not go looking for conflict, but he does not hesitate to handle it when it does arise. He will consider the opinions of others, but in the end, he will trust his own judgment to decide on a matter. The ideal man is a leader and is not afraid to make decisions. While you may think that it is impossible in your current state to become anything like the ideal man, I promise you that through daily practice, you can be a lot more like him than you think. The first step in doing this is seeking the guidance of God by concentrating daily on our relationship with him. As you grow closer to God, you will be able to trust your own judgment, which is led by his guidance, rather than by others around you. You must learn to think for yourself and not be afraid to disagree with someone if their viewpoint differs from yours. You must stop being a people pleaser. It's a lot to take in, I know. Self-improvement is a journey, but each day, if you push yourself and stay on the right path, you will be amazed at how you can change your life and your level of confidence in yourself. The easiest way to move from playing the role of the nice guy to playing the role of the strong, ideal man is to examine every action that you take and ask yourself why you are doing it. If you are saying what you are saying or doing what you are doing only to gain the approval of others, don't do it. This will be hard at first. It seems neurotic to examine your every action, but I promise that once you start to do it, you will quickly recognize when you are acting as a people pleaser. Once you train yourself to recognize these instances, you won't want them to occur. Soon, what started as a conscious action will become automatic. My brothers, I hope that you found this video to be helpful. My advice comes from my own personal experience and things I have done to improve my life for the better. Since I started actively trying to improve my life, each day has been a journey. I will say that throughout this process, my growth in my relationship with Jesus Christ has been crucial, and it will be most important for you as well. Every day, I strive to be a better man than I was the day before. I hope that I can help you to do the same thing. We are in this brotherhood together, and right now, the world needs strong men. So keep moving forward. Be courageous and don't let anyone take away your legacy.